What's up, guys? I'm back here with Sean from AJJ. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, all things considered, I can't really complain.
I was just wondering. So recently, it's been a bit of a rough time for musicians everywhere, and I was just wondering what you've been up to during the quarantine. I know you've been recently doing these Instagram live concerts, and I was just wondering how you found them, and if there's anything else you want to keep doing like that.
Yeah, so we had a tour scheduled to start in the middle of March, which didn't work out very well. But it was on the day that we decided to postpone all of the shows and to ultimately not go on any of those gigs. That's when I did my first Instagram live little concert. And it was kind of born out of a sense of frustration that I'm looking forward to the tour that we were going to be on, and to looking forward to playing music every day, which is something that I back in March, I wasn't really doing that every day at home. I would kind of like save it up and wait till tour to get to play music every day. But when that became not an option, I decided to treat myself to live performance. And then from that day to the next 100 days, I played an Instagram concert every day. And now I do it 3 times a week, generally, sometimes more, sometimes less. But I'm an extrovert. I like to perform. I get something out of it. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been staying sane during this quarantine. That, and we've been recording a lot of still making a lot of original music and recording covers and stuff that aren't live.
Speaking of that, you guys have just released 2 new singles the other day. They came out on your Bandcamp earlier, and they've just been released on Spotify. Yeah, how's that been, recording all those and finally getting out some more music after your last album?
It was great. I like the possibilities that this new kind of weird world of music is allowing us to exist in. Where I feel like for a while we were kind of stuck in the idea of the binary of releasing an album, when now it's kind of seems like it's going back to singles and EPs and stuff. My favorite format to release music or to listen to music is the 6-song EP. I think that's the perfect amount of music for my attention span, and that's why we've released a number of like 5 to 7 song EPs over our career.
Actually, speaking about releasing music and everything, you guys are very big on the use of Bandcamp, and for those you aren't aware, it's a service that is often praised for giving a lot of control and a lot of resource to the actual musicians themselves, compared to other big platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. And I was just wondering how important you think platforms like Bandcamp are at the moment, especially with the state of the gig industry at the moment.
Bandcamp is definitely not bad. They offer a much more competitive rate than Spotify does, and they've earned a lot of goodwill, I think, by doing Bandcamp Fridays, where they give 100% of the money generated to the bands on those particular days. And then their normal cut under normal circumstances is pretty okay too, I think. Yeah, in general, I wish more platforms were like Bandcamp, or even operated even more equitably would be great, because without music they have nothing.
Definitely, yeah. And actually, speaking of music and albums and everything, so you recently, at the start of this year, almost a year ago now, released "Good Luck Everybody," which was your latest sort of EP album. And you said in the description that you hope a year on the material would be dated. And I'm just wondering how you feel about that now, considering the crazy year it's been.
Well, it makes me want to cry. Yeah, makes me profoundly sad, and it's a very complex feeling to have people give feedback, like saying that the album was prescient, or that we called it, because really all I had to do to see into the future was to be as pessimistic as I possibly could be.
But you also, a big theme of that album is, you sort of say that the only way past this insanity is sort of basic human connection, sort of regardless of disagreements and, and different views. And I was just wondering, how do you feel we've done a good job of that in the year?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, looking just in terms of America, we have there's a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic that is literally forcing people to stay apart from each other, which is I didn't see. I honestly didn't see that one coming.
On a more positive note, I honestly, we talked about the how gigging and touring has taken a bit of a loss this year. I want to bring back something a bit more positive and ask: have you got any favorite or fond memories of touring or gigs, anything like that?
Yes. These days it hits me in weird times. Like I had the radio tuned to the same station. We have an outdoor radio and an indoor radio, and I tuned them both to the same station. And the feeling of walking from one room to another and then hearing the same music come through different speakers reminded me of being in a club. And that's a feeling I haven't felt in about a year. And that felt really nice for a minute. That's not like a big memory or anything, but a little deja vu was nice. It was nice this morning. Also, another great memory that I have comes from the last live show that our band played. We ended our leg of touring with Taco Cat and Emperor X in Flagstaff, Arizona, and the club was a dump, and the gig was fine. The gig was really fun actually, but my favorite part afterwards was getting to hang out and do karaoke with Taco Cat after the show. That was so nice. It was a great way to end a tour.
That does sound great. What is your go-to karaoke then with Taco Cat?
The tune that I did a duet with Leela, the drummer of Taco Cat, and we sang Return of the Grievous Angel by Graham Parsons. I sang Graham and she sang the Emmy Lou part. But my favorite karaoke song is probably I Swear by All For One, which is like an R&B song from the 90s. I don't know if it made it over the pond.
Actually, speaking about song titles, I did want to ask, you guys have some brilliant titles out there. You got stuff as a People 2 Still Peopling, and the Michael Jordan of Drunk Driving, which is one of my personal favorites. And I just want to ask, are there any sort of titles that you've wanted to put out but you haven't yet?
The title is usually the last thing you think of in a song. And I don't know, it might come across like when you look at some of our titles that we don't put too much importance on them. I mean, even for like the name of our band and everything, like we don't really care too much about titles. But one title that I had in mind for a long time and had put off and then released later was the Bible 2. I always thought the Bible 2 was a great title, and that was the working title for Christmas Island. And it was John Congleton, the producer, was pretty disappointed when I told him that wasn't the title of Christmas Island. So then the next time we came in, he challenged me to name an album that.
I'm glad. I think that's my cousin's favorite album. So shout out to the Bible 2.
What's your cousin's name?
Her name's Jenna. She's a huge fan of you guys.
Oh, shout out, Jenna. Hi.
I'll send her that. She'll love that. And actually, speaking of sort of titles and songs and stuff, you guys have got a brilliant body of work. You've got compilations, EPs, albums, singles, and I was just wondering, is there anything particular from there that really like stands out to you, has a special place, in your heart?
Generally, like kind of whatever the most recent thing is. It's the excitement kind of wears down the longer it exists. But well, no, you know what? I still think Christmas Island is the standout, the highlight of our music so far. But that said, I'm pretty excited to be working on new music all the time.
Speaking of which, so what are you guys working on at the moment? Anything you're excited to share?
Yeah, I mean, it's this whole year, it's kind of just been working on stuff remotely. I'm working on a lot of covers, and sometimes since I use our like pro recording equipment to record the live from quarantine sessions that I do, sometimes I'll just get a good performance out of that, and I won't need to like do a million takes, and then I can just like snip that out of the project and send it to my bandmates, and then they can overdub their parts on top. So we have in the works with that method, we have a Ween cover song. It's Gonna Be All Right, which is this great Ween song from their album The Mollusk that sounds like Leonard Cohen. Just finished the cover of a Photograph by Joe Jack Talcum of the Dead Milkmen. Yeah, as far as new songs, I've like I record a lot of like kind of noise and jams by myself that sometimes turn into stuff and sometimes don't. I have a gigantic folder on my hard drive full of like just synth garbage, um, and like improvs.
Is there any sort of way you do like you have when you record? You know, like how do you prefer to get it done? Like everyone in the same room or just individual tracks?
If it's a full band song, I like doing it. It's great if everyone's in the same room or at least playing at the same time. Um, but if it, at the very least, it's really nice to if the song has drums throughout the whole song, it's great to play a scratch guitar track that you can send to the drummer, so you guys kind of play together, and then everyone can overdub on top of that if necessary. But then if it's something more like a folk song or something like a little more produced or experimental, then I usually like to get a guitar or a guitar and vocal at the same time, and then we then start piling stuff onto it.
And now we've got a new segment in these interviews. So we've got this game in which obviously you're a American band, Phoenix, Arizona. So I thought it'd be interesting to give you some Victorian English slang, and I'm going to need you to guess, what it means. And of course, I'll tell you what it does mean.
Oh, this is good. My wife and I are total Anglophiles.
Oh, perfect. There you go. You probably do better than I did when I was researching these. So I'm going to start off with afternoonified.
Afternoonified?
Yeah.
Sleepy?
No, smart.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is harder.
These are some these are some weird ones. Okay, we've got a cat
or something. I thought it was gonna be like knackered or
no, we just say knackered for that. We have a cat lap as the next one.
Cat lap. Is it a noun?
Yeah, it's like it's a sort of more of a an insult to what you're describing.
Oh, okay.
No, not as in like it was more insulting to the drink. It means tea or coffee.
Oh no, you can't really go for a cat lap right now, or like, oh, I can't believe they're serving me this cat lap.
Yeah, exactly. Like the second one, because it was sort of compared to beer or whiskey or what everyone else was drinking in the Victorian times, morphine, cough syrup. It was quite weak, so they called it cat lap. And I've got my personal favourite up here, which is a skillimalink.
Skillimalink, skillimalinky dinky dink, skillimalinky doo. Also a noun?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm dreadful. It's an adjective. It's a way of describing somebody.
Oh, okay. Skillimalink. Shifty, untrustworthy.
Yeah, that's it. You got that one.
Cool.
There's a shady or secretive, which is the official one. And we got the last one here, just to wrap it up. We have Kruger spoof.
What type of word?
It's oh God, I'm so dreadful at English. Verb. It's a verb. Sorry.
A verb is to do something. So she Kruger spoofed off. Maybe it's a French exit or an Irish goodbye. Someone leaving without saying goodbye is to Kruger spoof.
No, it's lying.
Oh.
So I guess you're lying to the person whoever you're visiting, but
no. So it's Kruger spoofing is lying. So I got 1 out of 4. How do the other Americans do that you interview?
Actually, this is the first time we use this segment on an American. So you currently have the high score. So I'll write it down on the board. So I'm just going to wrap this up now with just a bit of an open question. Obviously, we talked about you got this new music, these new covers, a new tour coming up. I was just wondering if there's anything else for AJJ coming up, a new line of salad gloves, maybe to go with the ones on the.
Well, we are currently selling our second iteration of the salad glove. It's called Glove, and it's sustainable and somewhat more eco-friendly. It's actually a like a winter glove, mittens that you can wear, but you use them for eating salad or for keeping warm. That's what we're currently selling.
Multi-purpose. There you go.
Web store. And then let's see. We don't really. We're rescheduling our next tour to hopefully October 2021, and that'll be the West Coast. I'm not sure when we'll be allowed to come to England again.
So I remember you had one lined up for Brighton in June or July, and then fortunately, of course, that had to. Yeah.
Man, I love Brighton. I was looking forward to coming back, but we will be back. It'll be maybe 2021 or 2022. And yeah, we'll definitely keep everyone informed. In the meantime, we also have one of those Patreon things, and that's where we put all of our new music goes up there first before anyone else can hear it. So our Patreon people have heard the Mount Erie cover, "You Swan Go On," and we've got Guided by Voices cover up there and other stuff.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been absolutely great having you. And so anyone listening, check out their new singles, check out the Patreon, and check out the infamous Salad Glove as well.
Across campus, online, and on 1251 AM. This is your student radio station.